What a wonderful day, not just due to this fabulous weather, but what we're here to celebrate today, the dedication and grand opening, there goes my tuck, the dedication and grand opening of the Springbrook Nature Center Interpretive Building. What started out as an idea, maybe even somewhat of a dream over a dozen years ago, is being realized and celebrated today. So I want to thank you for coming out and joining us for this very, very special event. And even if you're just out here playing Pokemon Go and happen to see the crowd gathered and are joining us, we're glad you're here. And we want you to stay and enjoy the building, take a tour once we're done. My name is Jack Kirk. I'm the Park and Recreation Director for the City of Fridley, and I have the honor of being the Master of Ceremonies for the dedication today. You'll be hearing comments from a few very special guests, and then we're going to have a ribbon cutting and the official opening of this building to the public, the new and remodeled Interpretive Building. Our first speaker is well known to most of you. He's the mayor of our fine city, and he's one of the key people responsible for the success of this project. Now, this person wears so many hats. He probably has one on now. Yes, he does. He's been part of our local planning team. He's spent countless hours over in St. Paul talking to legislators, trying to gain support for this project. He's been a superb fundraiser. He's gotten some tremendous financial contributions and some wonderful in-kind contributions from local businesses and organizations for this project. And he and his wife, Cindy, have made generous personal donations to this project. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the Mayor of Fridley, Scott Lund.
Thanks, Jack. Very generous of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an exciting day, is it not? Yes. It's a long time in coming, 12 years plus. What Springbrook Nature Center was meant to be. It has withstood several tests and challenges. Springbrook has survived the controversy during its infancy, golf course or nature center. Natural disasters, tornadoes. The potential budget cuts during the lean financial years when the original building was subject to closure. Well, I'm here today to tell you that Fridley is again on the map and on people's radar, given this latest new addition to our community assets. You know, a year or so ago, a comedian/writer, Mary Jo Pell, from the Minnesota Monthly Magazine, contacted me asking for comment on an article she wished to write entitled, "What's So Funny About Fridley?" I understood what she meant, as I have been to comedy clubs and invariably comedians make jokes about our city. The article actually mentions a comment my wife made that when she was in her teens, her family had a Minnesota board game fashioned much like a Monopoly game. One of the cards had the nerve to say, "If you own a leisure suit and live in Fridley, go back 3 spaces." Apparently, our name rolls off the tongue, sounds a bit odd or unusual to newcomers and visitors in our community. My response in that article was people make fun of Fridley only because they are simply jealous of our label as Friendly Fridley. This friendly attitude actually has merit because Fridley has retained a small town atmosphere over our many years. Invariably, I hear from people who feel this is true. One shining example of many is our huge success with Night to Unite. For years, Fridley has been at or near the top of communities that have held large numbers of neighborhood parties. We come together as a community. I tell you this story because today Fridley shines with this rather unique asset called Springbrook Nature Center. Today you will see improvements firsthand. The amount of money and in-kind contributions are impressive. Yet even more impressive is the collaboration and the support from so many businesses and individuals. Not only as your mayor, but as a citizen of this community, I am proud to call Friendly Fridley my home. Friendly Fridley is truly alive and well. Today, it is about giving thanks to many supporters, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few of them. First off, the Fridley City Council, Jim Safety, Dolores Veracek, Ann Balcom, Bob Burnett. Raise your hand when you're out there. Thank you. Several of our staff leadership. Our city manager, Wally Weishopel, who did have to leave for 90-year-old parent activities. Our Director of Recreation and MC today, Jack Kirk. Director of Springbrook, Mike Mayer. Thanks, guys. To our Parks and Rec Commission members who weighed in and provided feedback to the council and I from time to time with their recommendations. Greg Ackerman, Michelle Barrett, Mike Hines, Dave Kondrak. I think you're behind me, Dave. Shauna Larson. Thank them, please. Without the support from our state elected officials, we wouldn't be here today without their financial support through the state bonding bill. Senator Barb Goodwin, Representative Connie Bernardi, Representative Carolyn Lane. Thank you, Carolyn. Those not in attendance but were also instrumental were Representative Alice Hausman, Senator Leroy Stump, and one of our founding helpers was Senator Satvir Chaudhary. And if there are other elected officials in the audience that I haven't seen, know that we thank you as well. So major corporate donors and nonprofits. The state of Minnesota, certainly. Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway. Microcontrol Company. Medtronics Foundation. Financial One Credit Union. And of course, the Fridley Lions Club. I'm wearing their colors. Thank to them all. Thank all of you for your help in making this vision a reality today. But we are not done yet. Phase 2 will begin hopefully this fall or next spring. It is coming soon with an addition of a park pavilion hopefully by then, and also a nature play-based area off to my right, and an amphitheater that the Fridley Lions Club actually paid for that. So thank you again for that. And when I say we're not done, we are not done in asking for donations and in-kind contributions. We are still not quite there with the financial need, and I ask all of you to make consideration of that. Some of you are standing on pavers, and you'll see that there's a lot of blank pavers yet there, and for a small fee, you can get your name memorialized in the paver. Park benches and trees are also on the list that can be, for a fee, have naming rights to them. So I ask you to consider that. Have a great afternoon. I'm sure you're going to be impressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next speaker has been involved in this spring project for a long, long time. He's done a phenomenal job as the leader of the Springbrook Nature Center Foundation, and he has been one of the most influential people in this community in making this project a reality. His tenacity and perseverance when it came to this project has paid off big time for Springbrook and for the city of Fridley. He spent countless hours on our behalf over in St. Paul talking to legislators, telling them our story and telling them how Springbrook Nature Center serves this entire region. Several years ago, when the Springbrook project was in the bonding bill, only to be removed at the last minute, it would have been easy to give up and say, hey, we gave it our best shot, not going to happen. But he went back the next year and the next year and the next year, and the help with our local legislative delegation, they got it done in 2014, and we're very, very appreciative of that. Thank you, Malcolm. Please join me in welcoming our next speaker, the chair of the Springbrook Nature Center Foundation, Malcolm Mitchell.
Thank you. Isn't this a very exciting day? It's been over a decade and a half since this process started. We're finally here, and the vision that we had contemplated has come to pass. George Bernard Shaw is credited with the quote, "Some men see things as they are and ask why. I dream things that never were and ask, why not?" We stand here today before the magnificent new building that we have behind me, and I want to say that we dreamed big and we did it. Thank you, all of you, and thank you for the people that supported this project. I just want to go through a little bit of a history of some of the people who are important in terms of the vision which we're all sharing today. Number one, I want to recognize and honor Bill Nee, Mayor William Nee, who was the mayor in 1963 to 65, from 1975 to 1997. And there's a plaque on a boulder as we come into the entrance right here that honors the fact that he had a vision. He had a vision that was Springbrook Nature Center, and he's one of the key architects of making sure that this property became a nature center. We wouldn't probably be here without the leadership and the vision he had. Second, I want to call specifically for the vision of Saya St. Clair. Most of you know Saya. He's been here 35 years as the director. His vision helped us shape and mold and make this kind of a project happen. Without his vision, again, we wouldn't have the project. But most important, Saya and his expertise and his programming skills has built the use of this center and built the kind of statement he used to say, "This place is being loved to death." We needed the expansion we have today. Next, I want to thank the board of the Springbrook Nature Center Foundation. All of those members were also part of shaping the vision that we have here today and talking about the future of Springbrook. Specifically, I'd like to thank my wife, Annette. Annette really was on the board first. She asked me back in 2000, I think 1999 or 2000, to come be part of a task force that was put together by Saya to say, what should we do to make Springbrook happen for the future? And what can we do to improve it? And so I stand here today in part because, as they say, the rest is history, and I'm here now as the chair of the board based on her recommendations from way back when. I'd also like to thank Donna Balls specifically. Donna's been vice chair of the board for many years now, and she's really the person that has made a lot of, she served on the design committee, she served on many fundraising committees, the campaign leadership committee, and she's just been around doing many of the things that have made this board go and make the project go. So thank you, Donna, for your work. I'd like to also thank the rest of the board members that are here. Would you raise your hands so that we can see the board? And they've been part of shaping and molding this vision for several years. I also want to just say that Satvir Chaudhary, Senator Chaudhary at the time, he had a vision that we could get money from the state legislature. And we weren't thinking that way until he said to us, why not? And so we went to him and we went to the legislature, and there we are today. But the real work was done by the three legislators from our district here, Connie Bernardi, Representative Lane, and Senator Barb Goodwin. And I want to thank them again, as the mayor did, for their help and work. I'd also like to thank Melissa Ron, who is a volunteer lobbyist with Frederickson and Byron downtown. They helped us at the legislature and set up a lot of the meetings that the mayor and I went to, so that was a great deal of work they did to follow the bill on many occasions. Since the beginning, I think the mayor has indicated we've raised $5 million from the legislature. We've raised another $1.25 million from private foundations and contributions in cash. We've raised a lot of in-kind donations, about over $500,000 that Mike Mayer will talk about later. But I think we still have more to do, and Scott Lund has indicated we're still open for donations, and I'd be happy to lead you to wherever you can donate, and we'd be happy to follow up if you give us that information. I'd like to then thank a major group that's helped us all along the way with our fundraising. That's called Fox Advancement. And Kevin Fox, founder and CEO, is here, and his family and several other members from the foundation for Fox Advantage are here. James DeLong, I don't know if he's here or not, but he spent about 1.5 years with us almost weekly working on fundraising with us, and now Brian Stevenson has taken on that role, and Brian is here. Thank you, Brian. And James Hamilton, the president of that, has helped us along the way in a lot of ways. I'd like to then mention some of the major individual donors that I want to really thank for their vision and the help they've made. First of all, behind me is Bill Beery. Bill Beery, if you look to the west, there's a memorial garden that Bill helped us by donating to pay for a memorial for his wife, and he's here behind me, I think, on sitting here. He's 100 years old this year. He will be 101 in another month. Congratulations, Bill. I'd like to thank then Jerry and Patricia Hartleb. They've been instrumental in the donations, some of the classrooms, some of the exhibits, the outdoor nature play area, which we built here, are all a contribution by the Hartlebs and their families. So thank you, Jerry and Pat and your family, for those. Ken Brennan, another major donor. The reflection area is named after him. If you've seen inside, there's a nice place where you could sit down and do that and just enjoy nature, and he's the major donor of that. Scott and Cindy Lund, major donors, a classroom in the facility, and a wonderful place for students to learn and to grow in this experience. And finally, I'd like to thank Donna and Jerry Balls. We have a model here of bird-safe glass that Donna and Jerry sponsored, and along with Vibracon, the glass company, to put in the bird-safe glass, which I think is an example for all of us, and I just say on a side note, for the Viking Stadium as well. I'd like to thank the sponsors of today's event, Grandpa's Ice Cream, the City of Fridley. I'd like to thank the Fridley City Band, which you're going to hear of in a minute, and all the other sponsors that have over the years supported this nice event here. This is reality from a dream dreamed a long time ago, and I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be part of the process, and I thank you all for coming. And my papers are going sideways, but the other thing we'd say in final thank you, there's a fundraising committee that has done a wonderful job, and there's a lot of members out there in the audience of that fundraising committee. I see Tim Dess. Would you raise your hand, Tim, and others who are helping us to raise these monies? So thank you very much, and good day.
Thank you, Malcolm. Just over 3 years ago, we were looking for a new Nature Center director. Our director, Saya St. Clair, of over 35 years, had just retired. Saya was nationally recognized for his work in the naturalist field, and I'll tell you, it's always tough for somebody to follow a superstar like Saya. But boy, we made a great choice in our new director as well. We hired a young guy working over in Wisconsin. My only issue with him is he's a Packer fan and I'm a Vikings fan. But other than that, I'm dealing good with that. He's come in, he's done a great job for us. He's done a great job with this facility, with the park, and with the programs. Please join me in welcoming our new Nature Center Director, Mike Mayer.
Well, I would like to begin by thanking all of you for coming out today. It's an incredible experience for all of us who are involved in this project to finally get to this day and finally open the doors up, and I can't wait to share it all with you. I'd like to begin with some thank yous. One of the most gratifying parts of this project for me was being new to the community when I started, discovering how many people in this community were willing to pitch in and help make this a project a reality was truly inspiring to me. So I'd like to start by thanking the Springbrook Nature Center staff, our naturalist Tara Rognus, our administrative program assistant Jan Swanson, Curtis Kribula, who does all of our custodial work, and I'd like to thank all of our seasonal employees that over the years have done much of the heavy lifting in our programs and have helped build Springbrook to a regional resource, and all of the past staff members who are here in attendance today. But as was said earlier, one of the incredible things about this project is that really many from the community stepped up to give in-kind contributions to this project. So I'd like to recognize those individuals, but first want to thank again from our Springbrook Nature Center Foundation Chair and Co-Chair Malcolm Mitchell and Donna Balls. If you have been in the building yet and seen the exhibits that we have, they turned out just incredibly. I want to thank all the folks at Split Rock Studios in Arden Hills for their work on the exhibits. And as far as in-kind contributions to the project, we'd like to thank the Coon Creek Watershed District, Fox Advancement, Fenn Companies, Park Construction, Tree Trust, Vision Woodworking for their incredible donation of casework and cabinetry featured throughout the building, Viracon, Hilltop Trailer Sales for giving our staff a home during the construction, Toro, Hoisington Kogler Group, Parsons Technologies for the sound system, Central Roofing Company, Style Mark for their LED cases and showcases featured throughout the building, Rick House Photography, Kevin Kruger, Joel Baker for photography, Metro Hardwoods, Holdall, Bryn Glass, Hirschfields, LG Houses America Incorporated, United Surface Preparation, and Perkins Media. Also, before I turn things over, just want to personally thank my family, my incredible wife, Patty, and 2 boys are here. Thanks for supporting me throughout this process, and my extended family that's here. And also want to add a personal thanks to Jack Kirk, who's my supervisor and has, I think, been incredibly involved in this project and has done a lot of the behind-the-scenes work to overall manage this project for the city of Fridley.
Get away, Jack.
Now, for all of you who are here in the audience, I'm really excited to open up these doors and allow you to come in. And I want to just remind you that the reason that all of us put in this work, that all of us have planned for 15 years to make this a reality, is because of you. Springbrook Nature Center is yours. I encourage you to use it. Use it to kindle a love of nature in your children and grandchildren. Use it to strengthen your family and build your community. Use it when you look out at the world and you're not quite sure what to think, and you need a place for peace and tranquility. Use it in a way that's meaningful to you. Use it like a finely crafted tool that you know one day will be passed to the hands of others. As you walk through these doors today, be proud that it's yours. Be proud that you belong to a friendly and vibrant community with the vision to make this possible. I hope you all love it as much as I do. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. I'm really anxious to know, what's your first impression of this building? Oh, love to hear it. Well, I want to point out 2 people that were really instrumental in getting us to this point. I see that they're here today, and thank you for joining us. Our architects on the project, Paul Anderson and Amanda Arnold. Raise your hands. They listened to our ideas, our needs, our wants, our hopes, and they blended a lot of people's opinions and ideas into this beautiful facility. I can't wait for you to see it. So Paul and Amanda, thank you very much. I want to thank the design team, electrical and mechanical engineers from EDI, Engineering Design Initiative. Thank you, Jay Ruby, Steve Schurz, and all the other EDI people. You did a great job for us. The design team members from BKBM, civil and structural engineers, were great to work with. Thank you, Ron Lemire. Thank you, Joel Meyer, Anthony Radke, Matt Ricker. You guys did a great job. We had some unique challenges on this project, and you stepped up and helped us get through all those. The landscape architect team was Hoisington Kogler Group, Brian Harges, Amy Bauer, Jeff McMenamin, and they did a great job. And they're working with us on phase 2, so we're still seeing a lot of them. There was a young lady that about a dozen years ago worked with the foundation and staff to help get this project going. Her ideas have been incorporated into this project. I don't know if she's here today, but I want to thank Anna Nelson for all the work she did. If she's here, please raise your hand. But she here? Well, somebody's raising their hand. It doesn't look like Anna, but anyway, Anna, thank you. You helped us get off on the right foot. And I also want to thank somebody that I get the honor of working with day in and day out, just did a tremendous job on this project. Somebody from the Park and Recreation Office, Sue Johnson. She did a lot of the financial and pay requests for us and just did a wonderful job. Thank you, Sue. Okay, about 2 years ago, we had just gained approval from the state of Minnesota to move forward on this project. And we were all excited to get going, and I had someone pay a visit to my office. He was a construction manager who had worked on a number of municipal projects, and he told me he'd like to be considered to work with us on this wonderful project out here at Springbrook. He showed a tremendous passion for his work, and he told me that his approach was to get us the building we wanted. He said that's what was important. He said he wanted to honor what we wanted to get done. He stressed it would be our building, and he would do everything he could in his power to get us that building. Well, we hired him, and he delivered with a building that everybody's going to enjoy for years. I learned a tremendous amount about construction from this person, and I want to thank him for his dedication to the project. And believe me, I saw him in action. He went the extra mile for us every single day. He just did a wonderful job. Before I bring him up, I want to thank Kathy Ullman, his right-hand assistant. Kathy's here. Where are you, Kathy? She did a tremendous job for us as well. Thank you very, very much. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Earl Doc Smith of EDS Builders, our construction manager.
What a wonderful day. As you look around yourself, you can see the trees that are existing all the way around, and this building fits in perfectly. But as contractors, one of the goals that we had is how do we build this building and not affect the quality of the surrounding nature? And we made that a big effort. The other thing that we made is, yeah. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. So I'll repeat that. We made that a big effort to not affect the nature. And as you can see, we didn't. We did an excellent job of doing that. The other thing as you walk around is we built this almost like a Swiss watch. Everything had to fit perfectly. Everything had to step in its right process. Where you stand right around you right there, and as you look in, how do you get the chucks in here? How do you get the lulls in here? How do you get, I'm not the best at this. I build buildings, so. So to be able to build this building, not affect nature, and to build a building to get quality and to make it all fit just like, again, get the reputation of a Swiss watch. What you're standing on behind you, that's from Martin's Brenny, a local contractor. They just put that in a couple weeks ago. Beautiful wheel there of, like I said, donated areas and additional spaces for anybody that wants to use them or buy some, to what you see behind us. This hay to keep it from eroding until the plants grow and everything. That was from all phase companies that I called Wednesday, and they were in on Thursday. To Jim Stymie from Still Electric. He took it. He was here. You know, I spent 10 to 12 hours a day here, and he was still here before and after I was here. So he did an excellent job, good suggestions. Like I say, just like a watch, it's moving a light switch from one spot to another so it's easier to reach, to running a 2-inch line from one end to the multi-purpose end to the other for future use that you wouldn't be able to catch from there. To the geothermal, putting geothermal in, you know, we're within 10 feet of the watershed. So you put geothermal in, you put in 64 wells, put in 64 wells. Can you hear me? Okay. No. Okay, right there. Okay, to put in 64 wells, 164 feet deep, or 180 feet deep. And what we did is we circulated the water. So we didn't affect any of the water going into the nature. So those little details from Vision Woodworking, excellent. Look at the front reception desk. What quality. You know, it's just wonderful quality. Everything fit from Indian head glass. Look at the radius glass and the bird safe glass. Each mullion lines up with a column that lines up with a joint below, that lines up with the ceiling. So I think each of the contractors deserve applause for the quality of work that they did. So I'd like to have them give that. I want to finalize this with the gentleman behind me and you. You know, thank you for our company, EDS Builders, and the help that even the facilities department from Fridley, they watered this asphalt 3 times a day for 3 days to make sure that it was hard enough that you could drive on it today. To just, how can I help? What can I do? What can I do to make it better? So I appreciate this, and I enjoy, and I think this is a gem for the state of Minnesota, and I think it's a gem for the United States, from volunteerism to the quality of the building to what's coming in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. And now, everyone, we're ready to cut the ribbon and open this wonderful, wonderful facility. I want to call up the city council members. Please join us up here. I want to call up Connie and Carolyn and Barb, our legislators, up here. Curtis, if you're here, I need you to come up here. And Jan, you're right here. Just plugged in. Springbrook Nature Center Foundation Executive Committee and the Parks and Recreation Commission members. Doc, I want you there too. As they're coming up, I want to remind everybody we have free ice cream. The city band's going to be playing. There's going to be tours of the building. We're going to please find some time to go out on the trail system. We have a brand new floating boardwalk out there. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And ask some of the foundation members and staff about phase 2, because we'd love to tell you. So we're going to have our city band play a fanfare, and as soon as they hit the end of their fanfare, we're going to cut the ribbon, and then people can start coming in the building. Please watch your step as you come in here. And when you do decide to leave for the day, have a safe trip home. But let's cut that ribbon. City band, when you're ready, let's go.
Not yet. Hold the phone.
For safety. He's coming.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Springbrook! Let's see the building and enjoy the day.
This has been a production of Fridley Municipal Television, Channel 17. Thanks for watching.